Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Mr. Cahyo. Good morning, Mr. Wawan. We are Group 5 from 12 Social 2. Today we will presentation about Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army Rebellion. Before we start, we're going to introduce ourselves first. My name is Amelisa Devana Kalista.
My name is Faiz Atawa.
My name is Najia Paya.
And my name is Muhammad Fakri Fandika.
Darul Islam and Indonesian Islamic Army is an organization that was established with the main objective of establishing a state based on Islamic law in Indonesia. However, each region has its own specific purpose. Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army Rebellion occurred in 5 provinces: West Java, Central Java, Aceh, South Kalimantan, and South Sulawesi. Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army Rebellion in West Java. Background of the rebellion. When the Renville Agreement was signed on December 8, 1947, one of the agreements was that the troops in the Dutch-occupied territories had to be withdrawn to the territory of the Republic of Indonesia, including in West Java when the Siliwangi troops had to move to Central Java. However, there were some who rejected the agreement by remaining in West Java. This photo is a leader from Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army Rebellion. He is Kartosuwiryo. Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army in West Java is led by Sermaji Marijan Kartosuwiryo. This movement began when West Java was empty as a result of the Renville Agreement in 1948, which required Indonesian National Armed Forces troops to be withdrawn to the territory of the Republic of Indonesia. But members of Hezbollah and Sabillah didn't obey the order. They stayed in West Java, so they felt the power vacuum left behind. Eradication strategy. In eradicating Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army in West Java, the Baratayuda military operation was deployed using post tactics and invoking the Diponegoro and Brawijaya divisions. The end of the Darul Islam Rebellion or Indonesian Islamic Army in West Java. On June 4, 1962, Kartosuwiryo was captured on Mount Gebra. The arrest of Kartosuwiryo ended the Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army Rebellion in West Java.
Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army Rebellion in Central Java. Background of the rebellion. The Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army movement in Central Java was initiated by a change in the political situation in the Tegal Brebes area due to the signing of the Renville Agreement. In the agreement, one article states that all Indonesian troops in the Dutch occupation must be withdrawn and placed in the territory of the Republic of Indonesia. The residency of Pekalongan was included in the Dutch occupation area, so the Indonesian troops had to leave and vacate the area. However, apparently not all troops left the area, such as in the Brebes and Tegal. The fighters in the two areas are still holding on the strategizing to fight back. They carried out military operations by forming the Antareja movement of the Republic of Indonesia and the guerrilla of the Republic of Indonesia. The formation of these two movements triggers the emergence of other movements that result in rebellions in Central Java. Eradication strategy. In eradicating Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army in Central Java, the government deployed the Benteng Negara Movement Operation Command and the Diponegoro Division. The end of Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army Rebellion in Central Java was in 1952 during the Free East Operation led by Suharto. They succeeded in crushing the Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army rebels in Central Java.
Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army Rebellion in Aceh. Background of the rebellion. The background of the Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army rebellion in Aceh was the disappointment felt by community leaders in Aceh. At that time, Aceh province will merge into North Sumatra province, whose capital city was Medan. The decision to merge is considered to ignore the good service of the Acehese people when they fought to defend the sovereignty of the Republic of Indonesia during the revolution. Those Barahanoians grew even more because in 1948, President Sukarno had promised that Aceh could apply Islamic law and remain a province in Indonesia. Knowing that he had been lied to, Daud decided to carry out a rebellion by declaring that he had joined the Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army, which was separated by Kartosuwiryo. At that time, Kartosuwiryo had already declared the establishment of the Islamic State of Indonesia on August 7, 1949, so that Daud was increasingly convinced to take the fight. Eradication strategy. The central government has two ways to resolve the rebellion, namely military and diplomatic efforts. Military operations were carried out by holding August 7th Operation and Merdeka Operation. Meanwhile, diplomacy was implemented by sending envoys to Aceh to chat with Daud Ber. The end of the Darul Islamic Rebellion or Indonesian Islamic Army in Aceh. The end of the Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army Rebellion in Aceh was the surrender of Daud Bara after an agreement was reached in the Aceh People's Harmony Deliberation. This deliberation took place on December 7th with the 1962 and re-established the province of Aceh with special regional status.
Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army rebellion in South Kalimantan. Background of the rebellion. The background of the Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army movement in South Kalimantan, led by Ibnu Hajar, from the recognition of sovereignty from the Netherlands to Indonesia, which occurred on December 27, 1949. The recognition of sovereignty was the result of the Round Table Conference, which was held in Den Haag, the Netherlands earlier. The results of the Round Table Conference decided that Indonesia would apply the system of a union state, or what was later called the Republic of the United States of Indonesia. Since August 17, 1950, the United Republic of Indonesia was dissolved and Indonesia returned to being a unitary state, so that the Armed Forces of the Republic of the United States of Indonesia changed its name to the Armed Forces of the Republic of Indonesia. The Armed Forces of the Republic of Indonesia reselected its members, including in South Kalimantan. Many members were deemed ineligible, as well as former soldiers who had worked for the Netherlands. This is where Ibnu Hajar disappointment begins. Ibnu Hajar finally formed his own guerrilla army called the Unity of the Oppressed People. Kees van Dijk in Darul Islam, Rebellion 1995, stated that Ibnu Hajar was the commander of a guerrilla unit in Kandang, Hulu Sungai, South Kalimantan. Eradication strategy. The Indonesian Armed Forces conducted the first military operation on November 23, 1959, namely Operation Delima, which was divided into Sector A and Sector B. Operation Delima was carried out for 15 days. Several members of the Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army in South Kalimantan were killed in this incident. The target to complete Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army in South Kalimantan is before 1962. Therefore, the Indonesian National Army immediately conducted the next military operation, namely Operation Triangle, which consists of three sectors, namely Sector A, Sector B, and Sector C. Phase the first Operation Triangle was carried out on March 10, 1960. The Indonesian National Army arrested 9 members of the Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army in South Kalimantan, killed 12 people, and confiscated 16 weapons and several important documents. The Indonesian National Army found the reason why the strength of Ibnu Hajar troops could last a long time in the forest, namely by taking advantage of residents who went in and out of the forest and exchanged goods to survive. Thus, a prohibition was issued for the population to have contact with the people of Ibnu Hajar, so that many members of the Darul Islam or Indonesian National Army in South Kalimantan were forced to surrender because of hunger, including Kastam Jaja, who had an important position in the movement. Operation Rico forced Ibnu Hajar's troops to retreat back to the south. The forces of Darul Islam or Indonesian National Army in South Kalimantan also experienced a split. The end of the Darul Islam Rebellion or Indonesian Islamic Army in South Kalimantan. Finally, Ibnu Hajar surrendered in July 1963 because he was promised a pardon. The official arrest of Ibnu Hajar was only made in September 1963, and he was flown to Jakarta on March 11, 1965. Ibnu Hajar underwent a military court trial and he was sentenced to death.
Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army Rebellion in South Sulawesi. Background of the rebellion. The rebellion in South Sulawesi was led by Kahar Muzakar, which lasted from 1950 to 1965. The events that occurred in South Sulawesi were carried out by Kahar troops in two sessions, namely 1951 until 1953 and 1953 until 1965. In 1950, Sulawesi was hit by an internal conflict, namely the guerrillas and the army. The South Sulawesi Guerrilla Unit at the time wanted to get a position in the United States of Indonesia Armed Force. The South Sulawesi Guerrilla Unit felt that their struggle to maintain independence should be rewarded. In June 1950, Kahar Muzakar, former leader of the South Sulawesi Guerrilla Unit Fighting Force, came to Makassar to resolve the conflict. Then, on July 1st, 1950, he expressed the intention of the South Sulawesi Guerrilla Unit to become the Hasanuddin Regiment in the organization of the Indonesian National Army. However, this proposal was flatly rejected. On August 7, 1953, Kahar Muzakar, together with the South Sulawesi Guerrilla Unit Troop, decided to join the Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army Kartosuwiryo banner and run it in the South Sulawesi region. Eradication strategy. The government's effort to crush the Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army rebellion in South Sulawesi was to carry out a comprehensive military operation to deal with Kahar Muzakar's guerrilla tactics. The end of the Darul Islam Rebellion or Indonesian Islamic Army in South Sulawesi. The rebellion led by Kahar Muzakar was convicted as an act of treason and must be crushed completely. The order to crush the group came directly from the president, who was accompanied by an order to arrest its leader Kahar Muzakar, alive or dead. However, it took a long time for the military operation to arrest Kahar Muzakkar and stop the rebellion in South Sulawesi. The Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army rebellion in South Sulawesi ended with the leader being shot and killed in February 1965. That's all from us about Indonesian history of Darul Islam or Indonesian Islamic Army rebellion. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.